Yesterday, I'm literally sitting on the sidewalk working in the early pre-supper time hours, and I'm working feverishly on some scripting that I've been thinking about for some time in the times that I go walking to kind of brainstorm like I used to do when I was driving and I was going places and doing things. But at the same time, what I found was that I was sitting there working, and a couple of young teenagers, high school freshmen, I believe, came, and maybe a sophomore, a brother and sister team, came up to talk to me. And after they left, after I'd given the psychic sort of reading and gifts of the Lord to the girl, I found that my sweatpants were gone. So were my glasses, one of my white clips, and openly, I don't understand this. I think the white clip went missing overnight because I remember going to sleep and the Lord said, use these, put these here, make sure you have all three of each color, and I just don't know why people do this. I'd really like people to lend their ear to people in their community who allowed their children to steal. It's immoral. It is illegal to give someone alcohol underage or a cigarette when they're just 11 or 12. We have got to stop these people of color and any color that is doing this from thinking they have the rights to take away someone else's power, someone else's rights, and someone else's property. People's possessions matter to them, whether they're simple and inexpensive as a clip that can be bought for $3 or whether they're as expensive as a Japanese scroll that someone brought home from their travels. People do not have the right to pretend to be other people and take from the house of the Lord. The Lord of all creatures, great and small, gives us each an opportunity to listen to Him and to follow His lead in the places we're supposed to travel, the people we're supposed to meet, the lovers we're supposed to have, the liaisons we're supposed to deal with, and the activities of activization or activists for protecting our nation. We have to be philanthropic in our hearts, our minds, our souls, with just about everyone until we discover that it's no longer safe to do that. But in order to protect America from becoming totally troubled by theft, we've got to start paying attention to what we're teaching our children and teaching adults and enabling adults to do. It is immoral to call someone out in a public space that they've done something if you really don't know what they've done, but at the same time, you have to be willing to do a verbal reprimand with people so that they realize that they were seen and they shouldn't do things like that. In America, we have rights, and we have rights to our personhood, the safety of our personhood, especially in our naked body, the rights to our paperwork, our legal documents that enable us to do things in the world and have finances that are not impeded by someone's attitudes and ideologies and biases, and at the same time we have to have access to our property. And the personhood, paperwork, and property is a fundamental aspect of every human adult's life. And every child's life should be understanding that too, because fairly soon they'll be responsible for understanding that. In America we have rights, and these rights all the time are being abused by foreigners who come here thinking that America is just the place for the taking, the place for their families' making, the place for anything they feel in their likings. We are not that place. We have rules in place to protect people from such abuses.